Oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. You're looking sturdy. An emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The MORKS produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Logs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. It's in your grasp. Thank whoever left this climb stringer here. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks travelled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. Of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. The last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. That's the good stuff. At least you got something for your trouble.
Kabobe farhi fabube muk kofar.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds...
Koibe okorfabe luatoluntum.
He presents himself as out of date.
To wohu.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then.
Koibe okorfabe oloi bobo paweg.
There have...
Kobra yake.
The leg...
Weta gono muk bebuk.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Ebazo do bubu bukoye.
How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had...
Ewe boboye. Why ketawa?
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your
Potobuata. Candida duela bofo.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to...
Mopu far kobi.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. After the old village was destroyed and... Had it not been for the Tree of Life, Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing... The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. The Nono prefers... You found one. You should be... The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow... You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall... You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be... You handle that net like you've never done a... He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need... But today, your folk... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason... From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life... One day, the land won't be as peaceful. You can already see the effects from how reckless those He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his Octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your... He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. He claims names have power, so he gave them these names to weaken them. For him, the Porky Puff is particularly personal. It was that carnivorous beast. Regardless, you're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about... He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if... He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your... Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that.
Ah! That's a spark of light in you!
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Take it out now while it's small.
There's always another spark.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out-of-Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. In Jagni's case, letting the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life is part of their plan. They believe a cleansing is the only way. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of... Regardless... Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?